don't even know what I want to call this video yet, so I'm just going to ramble here for a second. Um, so I did my video on Saturday when I was driving up to see my mom in Virginia, talk about what was your bliss, and I gave some examples of mine, and they're all just simple. Seeing the foliage of a tree in the fall. You know what I'm saying? The day we get out of school, just knowing they have no responsibility. Just the day I got out of the army, just blissful stuff where he just said, right now, I have no responsibilities. I have just nothing. Thanksgiving is a perfect day for that for me because there's just nothing. I mean, you still got some responsibilities to put food. I get it, clean up the dishes and whatnot. But this my man Matt from Quantum of Conscious talks about, like just a couple. I was like about his bliss when he was at Penn State, just like how he was done with his exams and everybody else is still frantic, flying around. He's just like he's just watching, reruns on TV or something that Sanford or something. But mom. It's just in what he was saying, and I could not agree more. And I'm going to share his story with my clients. He's saying, all right, the Western world, the acclimation of stuff you would think would lead to more bliss, and it does the exact opposite. And I could not agree more. The more stuff you have, it's kind of like to say, 90 money on some rap song. I got 99 more money, I get more problems. I don't know what that is because I don't follow that stupid stuff. But anyway, the more stuff you have, the more the problems you have, the more worries. Think about a guy who's got two homes. He's got a house in the mountains of Appalachia. He's got a beach house. A hurricane hits, and the Florida, he's got to be worried about his house there. If wildfires in Appalachia, he's got to be worried about his house there. He's got property taxes to pay. He's got a roof goes up. I mean, it just is the more stuff you have, the more worried. The less blissful you have. It's just a fact, man. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, so I could not agree more. Like, I think of the times when I had pure bliss, it was just in that moment where I just had no responsibility. Just the world was in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with accumulated things. Again, we live in the Western world, so we have three hots and a cot. So we're much better than it would be to live in freaking Mogadishu, I grant you, in terms of that. But still, at the end of the day, did all that stuff, your house, all this crap you got, I'm looking at all these old guitars we never play anymore. The old freaking amps, all this stuff. What did it do? When I had to work to get this stuff, I had to pay taxes to get this stuff, I had to commute to get this stuff, I had to take DEI classes, take the jabs. I'm just saying in the overall scheme of things, I didn't take the jab, and I've been well out before the DEI stuff really kicked in. But all this stuff, I'm just looking right here in my basement. Did it do anything? Did it make me blissful? No. You know what made me blissful was just sitting in my garden, just watching the bumblebees and the butterflies and the dogs running around. Just a warm, sunny day. So anyways, I was driving back from Virginia, I was talking to this lady, one of my clients. She had some issues, not issues, but she had a couple questions, I should say, and that was fun. We had a good conversation because I was just driving, so we had a chance to talk for quite a bit. And we'll call her Carol. And Carol lives in the Northeast state, but she bought a boat, and now she's commuting back and forth on her boat. She's married on her boat back and forth from Florida to her Northeast state for her gig. And she hasn't retired yet, but she will in a few years. And she's post 55, but she's pre 59 and a half. And so she had some questions about the post 55 rule and whatnot. And and of course her financial advisor, whatever it was, I forgot what it was, or maybe CPA said, I don't know about that. It's like, ugh. So it drives me crazy about my business. Talk to your CPA, talk to your tax advisor. And the tax advisor says, I don't know, because just because your CPA doesn't know retirement planning stuff. Anyway, so we had a good conversation, and we just got to chatting, and I said, what, she said, man, I can't tell you how happy I am that I sold my house. I'm living on my boat. And I said, well, tell me, what's the most, tell me what drives that most? What is the biggest of all things? Living on a boat sounds, kind of fun, sounds kind of restrictive, but whatever. I said, what is it that just makes you happy the most about that? Give me one instance. She was easy. Just waking up and seeing the water every day and feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. You know what I'm saying? So she sit on their boat in Florida, and she can move her boat back to the Northeast, come spring. But she escapes, goes back. She's a snowbird essentially, except instead of sitting on the land, she's in the water. I think she said like it takes a month to get down from the Northeast down to Florida, something like that. And I said, she goes, just watch getting on I'm on the boat. I'm on a houseboat essentially. And it's not cheap, but she goes, it's amazing too when you think about it because we had to downsize. We had to get rid of all of our stuff. And she goes, it's amazing how I recognize simplicity is best. I don't want stuff. I want to get rid of stuff. She goes, I've spent my whole career accumulating stuff and that didn't do anything for me. What now I want to do now is anytime I buy something to bring on the boat, something else has got to go. I got to leave something else behind. I got to, friggin' DX that. DX, I don't know why it's called DX, as we always said in the military. DX, it means just chuck it, get rid of it. If I buy a new pair of shoes, I got to get rid of an old pair of shoes. It's just that simple. And she goes, simplicity is what I want. And and she has a number of kids who are all crushing. She goes, of my whole career, my life, I just accumulated stuff, guitars, freaking, I'm looking at all this just freaking stuff. And this probably, this right here, this room right here, this basement, this finished basement, is bigger than the first house I bought with Charlotte and me. Isn't that crazy? Well, we lived in Dayton, Virginia. The first house we bought was, maybe it was named that, it was Phoenix. This finished basement is bigger than that. Now, we didn't have any kids. We had one when he lived in Dayton, but we had two, and we had to put an addition on. Then we had four, but still, that house was only 1,200 square foot, and this finished basement is probably 1,200 square feet. And look at all this empty space. I got a ping pong table, which I enjoy. Liam and I play. When they have friends over, they play. Got one of those basketball things where you shoot like the small basketball, like at an arcade. I'm not going to say waste of space. I like it, but look at all this stuff. And this is just here. Never mind in these other rooms in there. Never mind what's up in the attic. Just stuff. Did it advance my blissfulness? No. I'm not mad at myself. I'm not like, oh my goodness, I should never buy it. I'm just like, we've accumulated so much stuff. And Carol was like, I'm decluttering, I'm decumulating, I just feel less stressed. And then I go out on my boat, I just see the water, I smell it, see the dolphins on occasion, the sun. That's bliss. And she's not even retired yet, you know what I'm saying? And when she retires, she's still, because she works from the boat essentially. Very convenient, but she still got to work, and work is still stressful, don't get me wrong, but bliss is in simplicity. Your retirement really needs to be put in simplicity. I tell you, Satan is up to no good when he adds confusion. Satan is confusion. God is simplicity. It's just that simple, man. Strive for simplicity in your retirement and you'll be happier. I truly believe that. Strive for simplicity before you retire. I'm going to drink some of this right here. This is a sparkling water. Ooh, it's actually a pint of Guinness. Strive for your simplicity and you'll be happier. I truly believe this. That's why I say to people all the time, all I need is I got my Traeger grill, my garden, and my dogs. That's all I really need, man. And obviously my wife too, but for me, just simplicity is, I love my family, love my kids, don't get me wrong, but just for me, it's just go out there, my Traeger, my gas grill, go out there in my garden, let the dogs run around, and come back and inside, and there's my beautiful wife. All this other crap I've accumulated doesn't do. I like reading books. I got tons of books. I like them. I'm not gonna chuck them, but what I'm saying is, what is the spark of blissfulness? Where does it come from? It's not from all this crap. It might be for you. I was talking to a guy the other day, a great guy. He doesn't keep a lot of cash. His emergency fund is his Corvettes that he remodels. I said, I'd like for you to have about $100,000 in cash before you hang up the boots. I'll probably just sell one of my Corvettes because he buys them cheaply, he remodels them, and so he's got 6 or 5 or whatever his Corvettes, and I'm probably screwing it. It might not even be a Corvette. I don't know. I think it is a Corvette. 1960 styles Corvettes. He buys them, fixes them up, and then he keeps them and he sells them when he wants. So does he have a lot of stuff? Well, yeah. I got a Traeger grill, I got a charcoal grill, I got a gas grill, you know what I'm saying? And so, that's when I say that's stuff. Yeah, but all this other stuff, dude, if you haven't used it for a year, chuck it, man. It's just that simple. That's literally just, I got these inverter generators, and one, just the engines, it's because the carburetor gets gunked up, and I'll have to fix it. And I'm not fixing it because I can't. I can mess around with it, and half the time it'll work, half the time it won't. I'm just put a freaking noose around my neck because it's just such a pain in the ass for me. Because my hands are fat. We got, freaking hot dog fingers, and I'm not very dexterous. Is that what's called, dexterous? It's not that good with that small stuff. Just not. Never have been. But anyway, so I'm like, oh, and I just that does not make me happy. Knowing those inverters are up there, inverter generators. I mean, I got three. One's I haven't used it. One I've used, and I had that fixed, and now I gotta, now it's gotta change the gas and change the oil and all that stuff. It's just like, it's just a hassle, man. And the other one is just like, I gotta get the carburetor cleaned. You know what I'm saying? And does that make me happy? Well, make you happy when the things go south. But you see, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what you always say. When things go awry, you'll be happy. I want to be happy now. I don't want to wait till things go awry to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I am happy. I am. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is I don't want to accumulate stuff so I'll be happy in the future, because I want to be happy now. If that makes sense. So where is your bliss? Seeing the dolphins. And that doesn't mean it's going to be perpetual. It can't. You're not permanently blissful. And I'm glad I have my resources that if things go south, you know what I'm saying, I have a mechanism to deal with that. But how much energy and commitment and time and money and worry do you put in that, and to avoid what you're doing today, which is just be blissful in the simple, the butterflies, the fall foliage, the dolphins, the smell, your spouse, your dogs. Anyway, so Carol shared that with me. I just thought, man, how ironic, because I just talked about that on Saturday. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I got a call here in about 20 minutes or 10 minutes. So God bless, and love your thoughts. We'll see you